The Tibetan Plateau is often called Asia's water tower. From this high-altitude landscape flow the rivers that sustain nearly 2 billion people across Asia. But today, the plateau is undergoing one of the largest hydropower expansions in human history. As of 2026, more than 300 hydropower installations are either built, under construction, or planned across the plateau. Nearly 80% of these are large or megadams. Since 2000 alone, almost 200 projects have been approved or constructed within the Tibet Autonomous Region and neighboring Tibetan areas. Several powerful forces drive this rapid development. First, Beijing's climate strategy. The People's Republic of China has pledged to peak carbon emissions by 2030, and hydropower is central to that plan. Second, energy demand. Much of the electricity generated in Tibet does not stay there. Instead, it travels thousands of kilometers through ultra-high voltage transmission lines to major coastal cities such as Guangzhou and Shenzhen. Third, grid stability. The PRC is also constructing massive pumped hydro storage systems in eastern Tibet to stabilize its national power network. Yet the consequences of this transformation extend far beyond energy. One of the most sensitive areas is the Yarlung Tsangpo, which becomes the Brahmaputra River after flowing into India. At a dramatic bend near Namcha Barwa, Beijing plans to build one of the largest dams ever conceived, sometimes called the Medog Mega Dam. This location is only about 30 kilometers from the Indian border. For India, the concern is clear. Control of upstream water could become a powerful strategic tool. New Delhi worries that upstream dams could allow Beijing to withhold water during dry seasons or release sudden surges during monsoon periods, potentially creating devastating floods. These fears intensified after the 2017 Doklam crisis, when hydrological data sharing between China and India was temporarily suspended. Environmental risks add another layer of concern. The Yarlung Tsangpo Grand Canyon is one of the most biodiverse river systems on Earth. Dams threaten the migration of species such as the golden mahseer and disrupt fragile mountain ecosystems. There is also a geological danger. The Himalayan region is one of the most seismically active areas in the world. Building massive reservoirs here raises the risk of reservoir-induced earthquakes. Nearly 80% of these are large or megadams. Second, energy demand. Much of the electricity generated in Tibet does not stay there. The Brahmaputra carries enormous amounts of nutrient-rich silt that sustain the Ganges-Brahmaputra delta. Large dams trap this sediment, threatening the long-term stability of the delta and the food security of more than 100 million people. China's strategy toward transboundary rivers also varies depending on regional politics. In Southeast Asia, Beijing leads the Lancang-Mekong Cooperation, a diplomatic framework that shapes water governance along the Mekong River. But in South Asia, along the Brahmaputra, there is no formal river treaty. Projects are officially labeled as run-of-the-river dams. Yet the scale of new developments suggests far greater storage and diversion capacity. The result is a policy often described as strategic ambiguity, and the food security of more than 100 million people. What emerges is a new reality. Water on the Tibetan Plateau is no longer just a natural resource. It has become a strategic asset, a geopolitical tool, and potentially a source of regional tension across Asia. And as the dams continue to rise, the question becomes unavoidable. Who controls Asia's water, and what will that mean for the future of the continent? Let me know in the comments. And I'll see you again next Friday.